Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to do a review of the Buddha Dhamma Oracle by Sofan Chan. Now, this was kindly sent to me recently by the lovely people at Rockpool Publishing. So I'm truly grateful for having received this deck. Now this deck is going to be released in May. If you're interested, I'll put a link to where you can purchase it in the description box below. So obviously you're getting a preview today of this deck. I really love the colours, got to say that right away. I love red and this contrasting sort of mosaic border, that's really eye-catching, and the gold writing there as well, which I love. So as you can see, it's produced by Rockpool Publishing. It includes 36 cards and a guidebook, and it says, awaken your heart with this ancient Buddhist wisdom. I'll read you the back. It says, whenever you feel stuck between thoughts and feelings, find awakening in the energetic field of Buddha Dhamma, the great Buddhist teachings. 36 core insights will cut through misconceptions of the self that are mind-made and assist you to feel whole again. Offering actions and reflections, this beautiful deck will help you go beyond the distorted views of I, me and mine to rediscover the distilled essence of you. So this sounds like a really good one for maybe like daily practice, pulling a card for the day, helping you to go within and reflect, basically. So let's take a look inside the box. Really well made box, first of all, I have to say that. Nicely put together, as per usual for Rockpool. It's a nice substantial book, guidebook as well, so let's take a look through. So obviously first of all we've got the contents page. It looks like they've put the cards into categories. So we've got dukkha cards, samsara cards and insight cards, and the cards are numbered as well. There's an introduction. I'll just read you the quote here. It says, only the development of compassion and understanding for others can bring us the tranquility and happiness we all seek. Dalai Lama. And then there's a bit about the cards. Again, I'll just read a little bit. The legendary Prince Siddhartha answered a wild calling 2,600 years ago in a faraway place in the foothills of the Himalayas, in the kingdom of the Shakya clan. He ventured outside the palace that confined him to experience life with a set of finite identities, a rigid set of beliefs and traditional values. He risked everything, his title, crown, wealth, and even his wife and son, for his noble search for the ultimate cure of human suffering. His life transformed from an external world full of human chaos and problems to a sacred field of grace in which all of life had purpose and meaning. So it's like Buddha, isn't it, really? In terms of the story there, you know, Buddha who went off, left his wife and everything, to find himself, basically. Okay, so then it says, this set of cards consists of 36 Dhamma cards in 3 sections, and each section contains 12 cards. So as I said, there's dukkha cards. The 12 cards in this section consist of the Buddhist wisdom of the 8 worldly winds in 4 pairs, the 3 poisons and the 5 hindrances. The Buddhist thought dukkha represents being in a state of discontentment and dissatisfaction. Then the samsara cards, 12 samsara cards in this section, consist of the Buddhist concept of 12 links of dependent origination. The Buddhist thought samsara represents habitual ways of doing, thinking, and acting unconsciously, driven by deep-seated energies that do not serve any higher purposes. And then we've got the insight cards. The 12 insight cards in this section consist of the Buddhist concepts of the 3 jewels, 4 sights and 5 precepts. Use these 12 cards to connect with your inner wisdom and eliminate unnecessary self-inflicting corruptions of your human mind. Yeah, so I think these would be very good for inner reflection, daily practice. So then there's a bit about how to use the cards. I'll just read a little bit. Call upon the boundless, compassionate energies of your own heart to work with. Go beyond your reasoning mind and imbue your own pure energies into the cards. As your noble self is awakened, hold the question in your heart, not your mind. Yeah, so I love that. It's about, getting out of the mind and into the heart, isn't it? Which is what it's all about. So then we've got some reading, like spreads you could do. 1 card reading. Overcome the mind, constructed obstacles reading. Okay, so for this one you do 1 of each. Dukkha, samsara, insight. Multiple card reading, transformational practice reading, variations on Buddha Dhamma Oracle readings, and then we come to the cards. So dukkha first of all. Now it looks like they're colour coordinated, so these are going to be this sort of pinky orange colour. As you can see, we've got the colour image, and that's of the back of the card, and then like a key message there as well. So yeah, I guess that would be the first one there. Yeah, pleasure and pain. And then there's a quote and a message that are on the card and in the book, and then there's a bit more information there. There's also a reflection and an action. So then the samsara of this sort of lovely yellow gold, and the insight cards are blue. So yeah, very detailed book, I would say, because this sort of, it's an oracle deck obviously, but this is slightly different to other oracle decks that I've used. I'd say it's more about daily practice, rediscovering your innermost noble self, as it says. So we'll just have a look at the cards as well. Wow, okay, I've just noticed the gold gilded edges. Now, I love my gilded edges, as a lot of you will know. They do them very well at Rockpool, I have to say, because the cards don't stick together, which is great. And as you can see, each card has a different design on the back. So these first ones, yeah, again, as I said about them being pink, the back border is also pink, so you can sort of tell which category they are. Really lovely, vibrant designs on the back of these cards as well, beautiful. So you might be drawn to one in particular. I love that one. It's like a sort of psychedelic feel to it. So what I thought we'd do, rather than going through them all, because it's a lot of words, as you can see though, we'll just sort of have a look at the way they present them. So you've got the number at the top, the key word or words, a quote, and then a little message there. And these are insight cards, as you can see. The yellow, obviously, samsara, and the pink, dukkha. What I thought we'd do is we'll just pick one of each randomly, and do this spread where it's one dukkha, one samsara, one an insight. It says, hold what you intend to overcome in your heart space. Pull out one card from each of the 3 sections in the deck, or any 3 cards you feel guided to pull by your noble self. Place the first card to the left, the second in the middle, the third on the right. The first is the dukkha card, which uncovers the misconception created by the false self of the self-constructed by your mind. The second samsara card reveals the emotional blockages that cause your habitual ways of doing, thinking and reacting. And the third card, the insight card, connects you to the inner wisdom that only your very own lived experiences can give birth to. The insight is not an answer, it is a turning point for you to go inward, stand in the circle of compassion in your heart. Okay, so yeah, very nice cards for self-reflection and development. So I'm going to just see which ones I'm guided to. Okay, so that one, first of all, just put that there. And that one. They've got a glossy feel to them on both sides. Nice quality cards. Let's just see how they shuffle as well. Because sometimes glossy cards can sort of stick a bit, but no, they're shuffling quite well. Some cards have flown out there right away. Okay, so these are the 3 cards. So here's the first one. Wow, I love the eyes on the back of that card for insight, going within. And this one's number 4, fame and disrepute. And there's a quote. It says, most of the trouble in the world is caused by people wanting to be important. T.S. Eliot. Yeah, it's very true. Wanting to be acknowledged by others. But what about acknowledging yourself? Accepting yourself. So if you're looking externally for recognition, there's something missing within, I would say. Just to get a bit deep here with my analysis. So it says, have you ever asked yourself why you were obsessed with fame and afraid of your own insignificance? Yeah. So that really makes sense there in terms of not wanting to look at what's maybe missing within you, I would say. Let's just see also in the book if it says anything else. So yeah, obviously you get the quote and the message, and then it's extended. So it says, do you need to be seen by others when you're doing something you think worthy? What is your reaction to being misjudged? What is your relationship to status? Being aware of your relationship to fame and disrepute allows you to be free from dependency on the good and bad opinions of others, or even your own thinking mind. So then there's a nice little reflection and action point here. So the reflection, what's something you've achieved that you're most proud of and why? And the action, consider the kinds of opinions that make you annoyed and why you believe them to be true. Yeah, really good for self-reflection, I've got to say, these cards. The card that comes out would probably be significant for you. Maybe you could do some journaling as well with these cards. You know, put the card on your altar for the day. So the second one, that's beautiful as well. We've got like some Buddha images here. I'm seeing that like a mirror, actually. And this one's number 21, compulsive feeling. The quote is, we have produced many of our problems through our confused mental states. And that's by Tenzin Palmo. I hope I said that correctly. The message here is, your mind is a storyteller, spinning stories out of the sight, sound, taste, smell and textual feeling of the sensory world, sorry everyone, as you experience them. Yeah, so if you've got this compulsive feeling, your mind could get out of control. We produce many of our problems through our confused mental states. It's very true. It's all in the mind, isn't it? You know, these would be a really good like conversation starter as well. You know, if you wanted like an in-depth, if that's what you're into, which I am, if you're into like having an in-depth conversation with your friends, or you know, therapy even, some therapists use cards, you could just pull a card and just sort of discuss it and see where you go with it. I think that's a really good idea. It's just come to me there. Okay, so the third one, it's quite interesting. Looks, again, yeah, quite psychedelic there. And I'm seeing that like different phases, you know, life cycles, I guess. Wow, okay. Now, I didn't know what this card was, and it's aging. Yeah, so that's really what I was seeing with that image. Wow. Number 25. And the quote is, the gift of time is something to rejoice. And that's by Sofan. Then the message is, to reject or avoid the important rites of passage is not wise, because the mental avoidance and rejection will only bring more unnecessary pain and suffering. Yeah, very true. Let's just have a look in the book at that one as well. So let's see the reflection. Although everything you love is destined to change and age, it is equally true that every moment brings with it new possibilities. What are the new possibilities in growing old? List at least 5. And then the action is, list the advantages and disadvantages about growing old in different stages of your life. Yeah, so contemplating your different life stages, accepting them, seeing them, really getting like an existential vibe there as well, because some people fear aging, don't they, and fear death. Wow, we're getting deep here. But you know, if you can accept, depends on what you believe, obviously, but if you can accept and believe that our lives are eternal, and also that age is just a number. You know, some of you are old souls. Then it sort of may change your perception of life and the ageing process. Okay, everyone, so that's it. That's the review of this wonderful deck. I really like this myself. I think it's a great one to just use. Doesn't have to be on a daily basis, obviously, but if you want to just dive deep and reflect, rediscover yourself, your true self, these cards are great. And as I said, even in a reading, I think in personal readings, these would be very good if someone was looking for guidance. You know, what's spirit guiding them to look at? Pull one of these cards. So these are something I may use in most readings. And even in, maybe collective readings that I do on the channel. So look out for them, as I will be using them again. So what are your thoughts on this deck? Do you think you may get it yourself? Do you like the cards, the concept? Let us know in the comments if you wish. Really hope you've enjoyed this review. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.